Hey everyone, LordDavon here again, and today I'm going to start off by talking to you a little bit about the house situation. As many of you know, I'm in the process of trying to buy my first house, and that means that I have lost a lot of sleep, I have no free time, and I am stressed beyond stressed. So it's a crazy experience that I hope works out because I really want this house. But I am under contract with a house right now, and just got the inspection and the appraisal done, and mass chaos is still happening, and it has moved very very quickly. So. Um, Hopefully, I'll have more time to devote to the reviews and stuff because I have a huge pile of stuff to bring you. But I did want to take some extra time and bring you a product that I do want to talk to you about. And this product is a very beautiful looking mod. It's a rebuildable atomizer from Vision called the Vision Eternity. So, the Vision Eternity is a rebuildable atomizer, and it's quite an attractive rebuildable atomizer, and it comes with documentation. It comes in a nice little tin, which we have all the parts here, and all over the place. It has a couple of modes. One mode is a tank mode, where it will take an Ego type, I believe type A tank, like the iMist, and like that CE9 doohickey thing that was sold for a while. Um, we're not going to talk too much about that because it also has a dripping mode, and we're going to talk more about the dripping mode because it's rebuildable. And I don't know many people who really are drawn to a rebuildable using a Type A tank system. Those are for novices, the Type A tanks. And most people grow out of them when they get into vaping, and then they move on to things like rebuildable atomizers, which is for the advanced. Um, but this has a dripping mode, and the dripping mode, as the documentation says, allows for 35 to 37 drips. And it says in here, it's under E, which does come with a nice little listing of all the stuff that comes in there. We've got the drip tip, cone, coil, base, Ego T needle base, dripping body, and then it says used to hold the e-liquid, 1.1 ml, 35 to 37 drops, no leaking, no burnt taste. Then the Ego T collar piece and changeable coil. So they give you spare wick and these little metal rectangles, which we'll talk about in a second. They give you this drip tip. I want to talk about this as well. It's very nice because it's a very wide drip tip, which is very nice for dripping. And the whole thing is done up nicely in like a chrome finish. It's nicely plated. It's a decent device looking. Gives a lot of vapor. That's because there's a lot of airflow. A lot of airflow. Actually, too much airflow, which is why the taste, while not burnt, is very muted. It has a muted flavor. Higher than most CE2s. It's a very muted flavor, and that mute comes from having too much airflow. It's too area draw for me, and I don't like the muted flavor. Now, luckily, at the very base of this unit, I was able to put a little piece of paper towel in that very center hole, just a little rolled up, pop it in there, and it cut back on the airflow, and it did fix the flavor issue that I was having. So that's nice. Now, when you go to put this thing together, you have the base, and I have it on the lava fire, and there's the base. You have a nice cup system here, and then you have three prongs. The center one is your air tube, This one over to my right, which I believe is your left, is the positive post, and then this one over on this side is the negative post. Now what you do is you get a wick. This one's been used, but I'll show it to you, which has some metal, the part of the coil basically, down below. You take these metal rectangles, I don't know, they're posts, connectors for the post, and you kind of put the coil through it, and then you place it onto the post, and you apply force to push it down. Now this is a rebuildable atomizer, where you do this with both of them. You kind of have it on the the wick on there. You kind of set it up, put it on there, and push. The problem with this process is that this post right here is sitting with a piece of silica, some type of rubber or some type of substance that separates it, so it's not grounded. It isolates that post from the rest of the metal, so that you don't short out. The problem is that this is a weak point, and when you're taking this little metal piece and you're pushing down to get it to go down all the way, you tend to make it weaker because you're applying force. And in that process, they break. They get very loose, they start to leak. And it's unfortunate because of that one fact. This is a $30 product that has this weird post system. I don't understand what would be wrong with screws on this. I mean, even if you wanted to eliminate tools, which it looks like maybe that was their goal, to eliminate tools for the Rebuildable, then use thumb screws. Little tiny thumb screws would work. I just don't get that concept, because I really want to like this. I mean, look at it. It's a very attractive device, and when it's working, it works fairly well. I mean, it's got that air issue. You can, I fiddle, and I'll try to make any product perfect, because I know we're dealing with China, and I know that there are flaws, and especially when you're paying $30 for something. I mean, if it needs a little bit of playing around, you're taking it apart anyway, let's mess with it a little bit. And we can make it better. But this is a fragile product, and it's a rebuildable atomizer. The two don't go hand in hand. Now, I've purchased 2 of these. Now, one of them I was able to, actually the first day I got it, it was probably my 3rd coil I was using on it. I had weakened it to the point where this one just leaks. It does. I can't put more than about 8 drops in it, and it starts to leak all over the place. It's unfortunate. I mean, it's got a deep well around it, and there doesn't seem to be any holes or anything there, but for some reason when you tip it to vape, it gets enough in that little area and it just leaks out, and it's unfortunate. I'm quite confused on this design. I don't know if it was to I don't know if it is intentionally made to be fragile, so that we would have to purchase more. I don't know. And I don't want to think that, because Visions, it's a company we all deal with, and they have some very good products. So I'm trying to think that this design was just overthought, maybe. Maybe they're trying to fix a problem that doesn't really exist in the rebuildable atomizer realm. I'm not sure. But unfortunately, because of the weakening of this so quickly into the life of this thing, and some people will get lucky and it'll probably never happen to, maybe. I've already had this one start to weaken. That one's almost broken, and it's unfortunate. Fly. It's unfortunate that that it's like this because we can't have that. I can't recommend this product. Wait for the next revision. Unfortunately, this, to me, is a fail. I can get past the way to airiness because we can do something about that. I can't get past a rebuildable atomizer that's fragile. I just can't. There's a lot of different ways that they could have designed this, and I'm not the only one that's having this issue, and I'm not the only reviewer that's having this issue, because I have friends that are reviewers in the community as well. It just it's unfortunate. I'm rather upset because it is a very attractive looking device. And it comes with Ego skirts, and if you like the tanks, it's got the tank mode, but to replace the coil in a CE2 type situation like this, bottom coil or not, it's not really, but in a CE2 situation like this, you will be replacing the coil, and $30 investment should be a decent one. If we're going to get something out of China that is, that is to be made to be an attractive piece that we can showcase. Let's be able to showcase it. Broken rebuildables are not showcaseable. So unfortunately, that's where I'm going to stop. Because I just can't recommend this product. I'd love to go over more of it with you, but I may break it. All right, maybe I'm exaggerating. Maybe I'm not. I don't know. But it's unfortunate. Like I said, it's an attractive product. It looks like it was thought up nicely. It was definitely manufactured quite nicely. It's got some nice O-rings, but it breaks easy. And as far as the no leaking, it leaks. It does. Even this one, when I had the first wick in it, would start leaking. You can't put 35 to 37 drops in this. I don't know. All right, so the Vision Eternity. Wait for Rev 2. I'm LordDavon. Let them know I sent you.